Hi, and welcome back to my channel. So, today was a beautiful rainy autumn day here, and as one does, I was thinking about my life and all the lessons that I've learned and the experiences that I've been through that allowed me to, I feel I could safely say I've had a life with very little regrets. That does not mean that I have not made mistakes, and it does not mean that I don't have them or that I've done really dumb things. However, of the multiple lessons that life has taught me, I have managed to narrow that down to 5 core things that I've learned throughout life that had made me live my life with very little regrets. And it is my greatest hope that people never have to go through the same things that I did to learn these lessons. Some of them were painful, I do admit. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope these are as useful for you as they have been for me. Number one is never take things personally. That whole thing that everyone is living a life that you have no idea about is really real, and it applies on the day, on the week, on the month. Some people have a lifetime of pain behind who they are as a person, and that matters in how they interact with you. When you are in doubt, err on the side of kindness always. Not taking things personally helps you if you are in a situation where the person is not aware they're being rude to you, and in the situation where they are very aware they're being rude to you. If a person doesn't know, if you don't take it personally, you are able to step back and ask that person, are you okay? What's going on? Make them realize maybe that they're being rude, and not taking it personally when someone means it kind of disarms them, because a lot of the time people mean to have a reaction from you. That's like what they want, subconsciously or consciously. So if you don't give it to them, it kind of, the energy stays with them, you know? Number two, do not create an identification with anything outside yourself, with the exception of nature, because you are nature and nature is you. But do not create identification with celebrities, politicians, groups, organizations, even ideas. Like if something tells you this is the right way of doing X, question it. And some groups are good, don't get me wrong. There's tons of identification that can help you build your character. But from my experience and from seeing it in the world, when you identify with something, you have a very hard time critiquing it. You have a very hard time having like critical analysis of it because you identify with it. That thing is part of you, and humans notoriously have a very hard time criticizing ourselves, right? It's like we don't like it. We don't like to do it ourselves. We don't like when other people do it. Like it's a generalized humanity pet peeve. But we need to be critical of the things around us, because otherwise things just go into our subconscious and we accept them. And that's not very good to do in the world like what we have now. Identifying with things gives you a limited mindset of what is possible and limited vision of what is possible for you. Don't fall into that trap. Number three is your body is your most precious asset. Take good care of it. And I mean this on multiple layers. One, we have the obvious one. Your body is the mortal vessel that your soul uses to hang around this miraculous planet and exist in life. So you have to take good care of it with, the honestly the basics. Sleep well, eat well, hydrate, Make sure you're drinking your water, which I definitely have to do more. Take care of your brain, avoid getting ill. Viruses are not good regardless of how well you deal with them. Our immune system is a delicate shield that can absolutely be broken or compromised. You do not want to test it. You want to just be healthy. Remain healthy is the standard. Nothing is mild, especially if you keep on getting sick. Protect your body. And also, in a second layer of this, of your body being your greatest asset, your body tells you things all the time. We live in a society that emotions are treated as some sort of like weakness. But if you think about it, your emotions and signals from your body, like pain, they are information. They tell you when something is wrong and that you need to pay attention to something. Even the constant stream of thoughts that are happening inside of your head at all times is telling you something. Pay attention to that because it's very useful information. Something to protect you. I'm sure everyone has come into a room or been in the presence of someone that you're just irked by. That is information. Maybe it's something about them is triggering to you and you have to look at yourself. Maybe something about them is bad and you should stay away from it, Feelings are information from your intuition, from your biology, from the inherent oneness of nature that exists in all things. We have been on this 4 billion year old planet, and we are the last iteration of evolution of humans. Like we have so much information contained in our DNA and in our bodies that we do not have access to because it's subconscious, it's inherent, it is nature. Listen to that. And this is the part where I tell everyone to meditate because it is life changing. It just is. I have watched so many podcasts of random people, businessmen, spiritual leaders, everything you can imagine. So many of them end up mentioning that meditation is a huge asset because it can help you shape your life. It can help you recognize who you truly are. It makes you potentially immune to identification if you develop your authenticity really well. This actually brings me to my fourth point, which is listen to the voice inside your head and befriend it. We have a constant stream of thoughts going into your head, which I mentioned a little bit previously, but those thoughts are what run our life when we're not paying attention, which is most of the time in this day and age. We are just running from one place to another, so busy doing a million things at once. We lack the time to stop and notice things. One of the main things that we should notice is the stream of thoughts happening inside of our head. Because again, it's information. When you sit and you meditate, you really notice the thoughts and the feelings that keep on popping up that really need addressing. You cannot shove them down. It doesn't work that way. You can through being completely busy, but it will eventually catch up to you because it's you. It's something that you're thinking about, that your mind is obviously peppering you with for you to deal with. It's information. Listen to it. I have honestly say that starting to meditate and journal has helped me understand myself so much, and it has added a layer of no regrets that is very conscious. When something goes wrong, it's like, Wendy, you knew you should have done that better. You had the opportunity and you didn't, and this just makes sense. In nature, there are no rewards or punishments. There are only consequences, and that is so true. And then number 5, the most painstaking lesson that I've learned, that I banged my head against the wall time and time again: actions speak louder than words. I can tell you how many times people said the right thing, but they were acting differently, and I went for the words, and it was a huge mistake. How you do anything is how you do everything, and that's why actions speak louder than words. The thing that defines us are our actions. You can say all the pretty words, you can do your affirmations, but if you don't act on them, it will not solidify. Words are just words, but what actually matters and makes a difference in the world, the thing that forms neurons in your brain, that strengthens your muscles and your bones, is actions. You got to do the thing. And when you have this notice for other people, you also raise the standards for yourself. So one of the things for me that I think has a very huge effect on me not having a lot of regrets is because I mean what I say and I say what I mean. So when I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to actually do the thing. I'm going to be held by my word that I'm going to do the thing. When I don't want to do a thing, I'm not going to say that I'm going to do it, because not only does it look bad for you and another person can't trust you if you do not follow your word, but you won't trust yourself. Your subconscious is going to know that you don't do the things that you say. And you know how horrible that is for your soul and your heart? You can say the pretty words all the time forever. The Catholic Church is really good at doing that. But if you don't do the actions, then it's not real. It's a lie. Don't think that people are going to change. Focus on their actions. And also your body is going to tell you, your mind is going to tell you, you're going to get the feelings, you're going to get the emotions associated with that person just not being right. Or it's time for you to realize that you got to move on. This goes for everything. It goes for relationships, for friendship, for your family sometimes. Some people just need to be left alone until they deal with their own thing and come back with actions that back up the words. Otherwise, they're just going to waste your time. Yeah, you raise the standards for other people and raise the standards for yourself. Mean what you say and say what you mean. I promise you, it makes a difference. It builds self-confidence. It builds self-fidelity. There's a subconscious effect on you aligning with what you say you're going to do. Like when you think about yourself, like your higher self or who you want to be ideally, and then your actions match that, there's a super powerful effect that it has on your mind and your body. It's wild. Highly recommend. But yeah, that's basically it. Thank you for listening. I hope something resonated with you. And if you have any life lessons that were life-changing for you, please drop it in the comments. I am a firm believer that every single person that pops into your life has some significance. They can teach you a lesson, or they're an interesting story that you just need to hear. There's something there for you. So if I was this for you today, or if you leave a comment and you end up being that for me, I'd just like to thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.